Hey everyone, welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. And today we've got a great one because I am going to be showing you what a real, legit Sacai x Nike LD Waffle sneaker looks like. Let's get into it. Let's start off by looking at the box. It is a really unique box. You can see it's all orange, and then at the top you've got a glossy, large Nike swoosh, and the E is slightly cut off there and it goes onto the other side. Over here you have another glossy print, white swoosh, and just the N over here, and the kind of script comes along. And right here you've got the end of that E, the end of the swoosh, and the Nike ends right there. Over here you have the rest of the Nike on this side. And then way over here, you've got the sticker. And on that one, you've got the Nike LD Waffle / Sacai. And that's the first thing I want you to notice. Look at S-A-C-A-I, all uppercase. And that I is a straight I. And a lot of fakes, because they're made in China, they don't necessarily know Sacai, what it means. And they, occasionally, some of the fakes read that as an L, because an uppercase I can look like a lowercase L, so they made that one an L capital on the fake sticker, so definitely look out for that. You got your suggested retail over here, RFID, QR code, all the typical things that you would get with a Nike sneaker. Definitely check that the colorway reads correctly over here. Your sizing, make sure all that checks out. And also note that it is made in China. And this suggested retail tab, it's not part of the sticker. It is perforated along right there, and it folds up. On the bottom of the box, you do get the various Nike trademarks and symbols, and the sort of legalese that goes along with those. And then at the very bottom, you get that the box was made in China and a little recycling symbol right there. And I mentioned that this box was unique, so you do get an embossed, kind of a raised, glossy Nike with the swoosh right there, all caps. And the thing that's great is the way this opens right here. So this tab comes out, and you've got this black grommet right here, and that pulls out, and it stops right there, so it doesn't come all the way out. And the first thing you'll probably notice is the wax paper that comes along with it. It has the Nike Sacai logo on it in large print. And the first thing I want to call out to you here, and this is something that we'll come back to over and over, is this right here. So the E on Nike and the I on Sacai should always end at the exact same place. So there's the I, there's the E, and there's the end of them, and those line up perfectly. Definitely look out for that, because that's one of the biggest giveaways between real and fake. Beyond that, they do come with another pair of laces. I've got the whites on there, and then you've got the blacks in here. And the only other thing I really want to call out with the box is under all of this, you've got the quality control sticker. So definitely keep an eye out for that, because a lot of fakes, they will not put that on there. Now let's take a look at the sneaker itself. One of the first things you're going to notice is just the quality of the suede. On the real ones, the colors are more vibrant. The suede is a bit kind of rougher. It has more texture to it than the fake ones. Definitely look at that stitching. Look at how clean it is. And look at that mesh. Look at the uniformity of the holes. Look at how tight they are. These are all things that are going to be giveaways from a real one versus a fake one. Now I want to bring your attention to the swoosh. Of course, there are two of them. And what I really want you to look at is the stitching, and then how much of the material for the swoosh is left over after the stitches. So look at, it's really the same amount of leather left over around the whole thing. It's very uniform. On the fakes, especially right here inside the curve, they're going to leave quite a bit more fabric than that. So you'll have a thick piece of fabric right there, and then it'll thin out on either end. But this is very uniform right there. Another thing to look at is this spacing right here. On the fakes, this is going to be much wider spacing, whereas on real ones, it's a very tight space that's left right there. Take a look at this stitching along here, and again, look at how much fabric is left over after the stitch. It's very tight to the stitches themselves, and again, the quality of that suede is very high quality, very vibrant colors. The text right here, it's got a little bit of gloss to it, and that's on leather right there. And again, look at where that I ends, and then look at where that E ends. They line up perfectly right here. Look at this tab that comes out in back. Look at how far it comes out, and look at how cleanly it is up against the suede in back right there on the heel tab. Get a good look at the shape, the curve of this overall right here, this thickness right here. The fake ones, they'll be a bit thinner than that because again, they have more space right there, so this doesn't come up as high. So look at that shape, look at that curve, and how it curves right there and then straightens out way thicker, because that's a big giveaway right there. Looking to the inside of the shoe, look at that print right there of the Nike Sacai, and look at the end of that print against the E. This fabric right here, this is a softer fabric. It's kind of a fuzzy fabric cushioning, and in the fake ones, you may not see that as much. You may not see that exact fabrication right there. Of course, you have the double tongues here. The top one is unfinished, and it's got the orange swoosh right there, and it's got the sportswear and made in China under it. And the one underneath is all black with 2 registered marks after Nike with the swoosh, and you've got Sacai in lowercase right there. Of course, check your tags, check your sizing, and make sure all of that matches up against what it says on the box. So that is how you tell a real from a fake Nike Sacai Waffle sneaker. I'll see you next time.